nice to see you. It's been a little while since we have been together to discuss this case of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. Over the last couple days, I've dropped 2 videos on my TikTok channel related to the unscrupulous PI and now the abuser of Sebastian's mother coming to social media to spread misinformation and disinformation. We learned that an unscrupulous PI has had information, predominantly who may be in the 3 a.m. video of the lights that Nick Barris dropped on March 14th. On that March 14th video, we saw lights in the common area leading to a singular vehicle sitting on the side of the road. According to Miss Bobby, one of the neighbors in that community, she stated that that was the only car that came and went that time of the day or night in that community after 6:30 or 7. By the next morning, when those lights were observed, 2 hours later, a trash truck came through the community. However, this unscrupulous PI has stated over and over again that he knows who the information is, and further states behind the scenes, not publicly. Publicly, he states that this is confidential information, but behind the scenes, he's communicating with people, telling them that this was a boyfriend and girlfriend, a boyfriend that had permission to be over at the girlfriend's house. It's convoluted. Then when we called him out on that, he starts saying, oh, it's a trash truck. The trash truck came in at 5 o'clock in the morning. Yet he specifically states he knows who the 3 a.m. call was about, or the car was about. And now we're learning he did have that information. However, he's under no obligation to notify law enforcement about his investigation. I thought our goal was to find Sebastian and bring him home, not withhold information, critical information in the disappearance of a 15-year-old boy that is medically needy. So he's saying, I know, but I'm not telling. And then just recently, we heard that the mother of Sebastian's abuser is coming to social media after being quiet for many, many months. On December 7th, came to the public and stated that the father was only doing what he was doing for his son's birthday for clicks and views and monetary reasons. That wasn't enough distraction for people, so now he's a pedo. This has been conversated about many, many times. People know that Katie, at one point when she was younger, babysat for Seth's ex. They had no relations. As a matter of fact, I think she only babysat for him a few times. They moved off, she moved off, and they didn't come into acquaintance until she was after the age of 18, where they ended up falling in love, getting married, and having a son that we know as Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers. So my biggest question about all of this is, why are there so many distractions coming out all of the sudden? I have no idea, but I can tell you the range of view from the camera on the house is something like this, and you can clearly see the Proudfoot home in the background and the common area and all of the trees that are back there obscuring what would be known as the flashlight. So we had receipts, we did a live, we've debunked a lot of what the unscrupulous PI is saying, and now we got Mommy Dearest hitting the social media trail again, campaigning for her ruthless son that she's had nothing but problems with since he was born, including but not limited to him being required to go into the military or face going to prison. So this is the mother we're dealing with for her son, as she's screaming there's no 5 CPS reports, and we know darn well there are 5 CPS reports out there against the stepfather to this young boy right here. And there was one open and active when this child disappeared. This is serious stuff, And now we have this whole litany of distractions. I wanted to remind everybody there is $250,000 up for grabs if you have any information that leads to the safe return of Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, or those that were responsible, and the successful prosecution of those responsible for his disappearance. I did just want to come here just to enlighten you and let you know that I've dropped 2 videos, because I don't usually drop videos on this platform. I dropped 2 videos here in the last few days. Please go over there and check my videos out. Let me know your comments, your thoughts. I'm just curious, why do you think all of a sudden these distractions are now rearing their ugly head? Also, a little tidbit of information is that Tony Mathis, the spokesperson for Seth Rogers, was in Virginia. Now, it sounds like they were in Virginia for a mission. We don't know what that specific mission was, but we do know that it didn't turn up any fruitful information. But you got to look at it like this. You never know unless you go out there and you try. Sebastian deserves to be here. He didn't deserve to be without his dad for Thanksgiving. He didn't deserve to be without his dad for Halloween, and he certainly does not deserve to be without his dad for his birthday or Christmas. And we are right around the corner from Christmas. There is somebody out there that has information about what happened to Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, and we are pleading with them to come forward. Please reach out to 1-800-TBI-FIND, 1-800-TBI-FIND. In the alternative, please reach out to Dog the Bounty Hunter at 833-TELL-DOG, 833-TELL-DOG. Does any of you guys have any clue as to why all of these distractions are starting to rear their ugly head over the last 2 weeks? I haven't heard any news, but something's definitely going on if this is the kind of work that they're doing. It's like once one distraction doesn't work, they're right behind with another distraction. And before this, they were using the felons on these platforms to run the distractions for them. So I'm assuming they're no longer paying the felons on these platforms to run their campaign of misinformation and disinformation, and now they're leaving it to this unscrupulous PI. Don't forget to send me an email at bullhornbetty@gmail.com if you have any information about the topic of conversation here or the videos that I dropped on this platform. Lastly, before we conclude this live, I do realize that January 19th, this platform is going to be gone. And there's going to be a lot of ways that you guys can still watch my content and still be part of the messaging and these true crime cases. You can reach out to me on Instagram, Facebook, X, as well as YouTube, where I have 2 channels, Bullhorn Betty and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. I know that this is very hard for a lot of us that have been on this platform for a really long time, much like myself. Although this wasn't my predominant platform that I cover these cases on, that's YouTube, I have had a home here for many years, ever since Gabby Petito when I first came out. So I just want to tell each and every one of you guys that I love you, and I thank you all for the support that you have given me. I pray to God that something does happen to salvage this app, but for the time being, you need to be over on YouTube if you'd like to get updates. I do drop short videos on there as well, and it's something that you guys can communicate with me on as well in real time, much like we do here. I have the ability of sharing my screen and showing you guys a lot more than just screenshots behind me. So I do hope to see many of you guys over there on YouTube. Just look up my name, Bullhorn Betty and Bullhorn Betty Crime Stories. I look forward to seeing you. I look forward to advocating for these cases with you. And I look forward to partnering with you on our future cases and trying to find out what happened to these victims. Thank you all for being here. Thank you all for making this platform amazing and being able to get these cases out further and further. But we'll see what happens. We have, there could be a Christmas miracle and this app be working after January. We don't know what the status is going to be, but in the meantime, we do need to keep in contact with each other. So I hope you reach out to me on other channels. God bless you and take care.